I first invite Mr. Ashwini Vaishnaw, Union Minister for Railways, Communication, Electronics and IT, on stage. Mr. Vaishnaw, the stage is all yours, sir.
Thank you. I had two choices. First choice was to talk pure tech stuff. Then I thought that you guys must be having that tech stuff almost like every session after session after session. What was the alternative? The second choice was to give you a glimpse of a new India that Prime Minister Modi ji is building right away. Some of the factors are related to, some of the items in that are related to your sector, and some of them are outside your sector, pretty much related to the real economy, the way the villages, the small towns, some of the smaller cities in the country are. So I thought I'll choose the second path if you guys all are okay with it. Okay with it? Great, thank you. So we'll discuss a bit about railways, discuss a little bit about telecom, a slight bit about semiconductors, talk a little bit about how we are navigating the global headwinds as overall economy, as the overall economic thinking, and then it will be an open session for questions. Great? We go ahead then? Thanks. Do I need a mic here? Do you have a mic? All right, so in the real economy, outside the digital tech world, one thing which really affects everybody's lives is railways. So Prime Minister Modi ji has given a very clear task, and you know he's a very tough taskmaster, very clear task to totally transform the railways. And transformation means, first of all, changing the entire user experience. And the user experience has two major components. First one is the stations and second is the trains. I'll talk a little bit about stations. Most of the work was started by my senior predecessor, Honorable Shri Piyush Goyal ji. I'm just continuing what he started and taking it forward. So thank you, sir, so much for doing that heavy lifting and the big push that you gave. So what should a station look like? Should it look like the way it has looked like for 100 years? Or should it be totally different, totally for a new generation? The aspirational generation which is coming up, people who are exposed to things that are happening all over the world. So this is New Delhi station. Would you believe this? These are the two domes under which the entire station, the railway tracks, the platforms are. This entire elevated corridor around it. This is the new generation of India's railway stations. This will be New Delhi station, already tendered out, estimates done, cabinet approvals got. Work should start in coming 4 to 5 months, almost all the permissions taken from all the different agencies that are there. Should this be limited only to Delhi? Absolutely not. This should be throughout the country. We should try and see which are the big cities, smaller cities where we can replicate this kind of design. This is the overall master plan of the Delhi station. And this is within the station, huge new urban space is getting created. Multiple levels. This is called roof plaza. Multiple levels, lots of waiting space, lots of space for local products, food courts, everything that you can conceive of. And this is Ahmedabad. Again, thought is to create a totally new set of stations, a totally new design of stations. कितने लोग गुजराती हैं यहाँ पे कोई? केम छो? मजामा? सरस छे? Good. So this is what is the new station. Again, lots and lots of new space getting created, elevated road corridors. This is Kalupur area, right? You know how congested it is. So how do we decongest the city and how do we create station as the city center? That's the thought, that's the target that PM has given us, and we implement it. Ahmedabad, again, inside a huge urban space getting created. Now, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, these are totally different category. What about New Jalpaiguri? What about Vishakhapatnam? What about Bhubaneswar? What about Patna? Again, following the same concept, creating whatever space is required, new urban space which is required, and making the station as a city center. New Jalpaiguri, Ludhiana, all these are stations where the tenders have already been awarded, work has started. This is not something which is in future, right? This is what is really happening today. Again, Ludhiana, huge space getting created. Jammu Tawi, using our heritage, our religious, cultural, our heritage elements out of that, and incorporating those into the city's hub, the cultural hub and commercial hub. Jaipur, second entry, again borrowing from the architecture of the city. Anybody from Jaipur? Like it? Oh, great, thumbs up, yes. Excellent. Chennai, Alambur is the correct way to pronounce, right? Anybody from Tamil? Vanakkam, sir. Alambur is the right way? Not Egmore, na? We should change the spelling also. Bangalore can't. Uru. Your Uru. How many from Bangalore's Uru? Like it? Design is good? We thought that flow is very important in Bangalore's design. This is the place which is full of energy. The sine wave, we thought sine wave, either use sine wave or use dollars. Either of the two. We cannot use anything other than this. So we thought that let's use sine wave. I'm an engineer, so a bit of bias is there. Of course, I studied finance also at Wharton, but between dollars and sine wave, I thought sine wave is better. To your question, how many dollars are important? Bangalore can't. Again, why I showed this picture is the entire tracks and the platform get covered by a totally new roof plaza, and that roof plaza becomes the urban space, a new city center space where people can go, have chat, have hundreds of Starbucks out there where you can have your new age startups there. Madurai, again drawing from the architecture of the place. Gwalior. Look at the design. Combining heritage and totally new world's elements. It's difficult to design this kind of station, but I'm so grateful that Prime Minister gave us a very clear vision that the culture and heritage of the city should be absolutely integrated and woven into the design. And the architects did a good job on all these stations. Ernakulam, again, a beautiful design, very much in line with the city's culture. Anybody from Ernakulam here? Like it? Yes or no? Great yes, big yes, good. This is the report card. 137 master plans under preparation, 67 designs approved, 41 work in progress, and 2 where the tender has been done is what I showed you, right? I'll go to the next part of user experience, the Vande Bharat trains. First Vande Bharat train came in 2019. 2 trains which came and started running on the Indian Railways tracks, by now they have covered 18 lakh kilometers. If you follow the formula 2 pi r, Earth's radius, they have covered Earth 45 times without any major problem. It's a technological marvel. It's Vande Bharat train is like a combination of a power plant, of a very complex computer system, and a very complex mechanical system going together at a speed of 180 kmph design and currently operating at 130 till the tracks are upgraded. So whenever in our system, whenever we do something, we go to the Prime Minister, we think that we have done great, and then the PM will say, no, this was the bar, now up to this, go up to this. I don't know where the roof is, so someday we'll have to, he keeps on raising the bar, and he said that, no, we have to have better design. So this is the version 2, where lots of improvements have happened, and now practically every month we will be rolling out 3 to 4 Vande Bharats, and PM's target is to connect by 2023, 15th August, the next year, 15th August, 75 cities have to be connected. Himachal, this is where. Now, why I showed this, this is bogie. Like in a truck, we have the chassis, right? Chassis is what gives the strength to the truck, and over that there is a body, right? Similarly, in a train, below the coach, there is a bogie. Bogie is where all the wheels are put in, the brakes are put in, the motor is installed on it, everything practically. This is the structure which gives the strength and the capability. Why I'm showing here is, in typical good European countries, the design tolerances are in few millimeters, 3.5 millimeters, 4 millimeters. Those of you who still remember your engineering, right? So we thought, why don't we take a bigger challenge? We decided to design this bogie with less than 1 millimeter tolerance. And the impact which will be, practically whole world will be buying this very crucial piece of every train set from India. Because the design is significantly superior to what is available in Europe. And what's the result for the users? This is an air spring, right? This air spring and this damper spring combined, and the very low tolerances which makes it a very rigid body, means today when Prime Minister traveled about 40 kilometers in this train, he must have stood up about 15 times to get photographs with the welders, with the electricians, technicians, all the people who came there. Not a single, not even once did he have to take support of a seat or of the cabin baggage area. Absolutely no jerks. Absolutely no jerks. And the sound level, noise level, aircraft noise level is typically 85 to 90 decibels. Noise level inside the train, because of this very good design of the bogie, is only 65 decibels. It's like silent. So by now, about 18 countries have already written reports about the Vande Bharat in their local newspapers, and somebody as important as Financial Times wants to do a full-fledged feature on it. So this is the third. Now we reached this level and boss says, no, this is not enough. So he has given us new targets. We are now designing the third version of it, which will be lightweight, and totally we'll try to start from zero so that whatever we have learned, incorporate and do even better. I'll come to the bullet train. So again, aspirational India. What's happening outside the tech world? What's happening outside the world of startups? Just some glimpses. By now, 108 kilometers of pillars are done. Sir had started this project, and by now, 108 kilometers, the viaduct corridor is getting done. And again, using totally new technology, speed, very fast construction. Did anybody get a chance to see it while traveling in that stretch? You have seen? How's the construction? Fast? You saw it near Baroda, right? Anybody else did get a chance? No. If you get a chance, go around and see. You'll feel proud of the country which is taking shape. You'll feel that, yes, this is a totally new India which is taking shape. You'll see that in front of your eyes. These are the kind of projects which will make a huge difference in people's lives, as much difference as you are bringing through your innovations and startups, right? All the rivers, large casting yards, very big machines, totally. What happened is, many of these machines, these kind of machines which pick up 1,000 ton is like 500 trucks. So 1,000 ton kind of load in one go and puts it on the top of the pillars. These are huge complex machines, and good thing is, first few machines we imported, because this kind of technology is practically there in only 3 countries in the world, this kind of construction technology. So first few machines, couple of machines we imported, everything else we manufactured in India. That's our brain, right? That's the way, that's the way we can make a very huge scale up. And I'm sure if you get some times, watch it on YouTube or whatever is your preferred mode. Look at some of these, look at some of these construction technologies, very rapid construction. So this guy brings the this huge girder which weighs 1,000 tons, puts it on top of this. There is an transporter having 216 wheels. That transporter takes it to the next level, next pillar, and then this guy, the launching guy, this guy picks it up and puts it on the next pillar. So that's, it's a phenomenon. It's something worth going out and seeing by yourselves or seeing on a video to believe it. What you see in the construction of high speed in China, or that kind of stuff is happening out here. This is where I come back to your world, right? So we have absolutely great response on the semiconductor program that was launched on the 1st January earlier this year. And hopefully by 1st January of 23, we would have had at least 2 proposals for fab, setting up fabs in the country. We would have them approved and start the construction work in the coming months. Again, a journey which was very, very difficult journey. Last 40 years, we have been trying to do it, right? PM put his full focus on this and said that whatever is the problem within the government system, within the market, within the risk profile of the applicants, remove each and every obstacle, mitigate each and every risk, and come up with a program. And then he approved it when we wanted 35 minutes or 45 minutes presentation before him. He gave us 2.5 hours. It was like complete commitment from the top, and that's the reason why we are today able to say with full confidence that within a short time gap of 12 months, we should be able to sign 2 fab proposals and start manufacturing chips in the country very soon. Okay, this is the next one, 5G, which will again open huge opportunities, new use cases for you, new areas for innovation, healthcare, education, all those things will get changed. And today we are doing about 2,500 towers a week, and hopefully by January onwards, we should be doing about 10,000 towers a week. And by Diwali of next year, we should see very good coverage of 5G in the country. I'll come to one point which is very relevant. In this world which is full of huge uncertainties, especially on the way the pandemic period was kind of managed by some of the economies, some of the very large economies, and what are the consequences of that, and how India did a different thing, how PM had a totally different way of looking at this pandemic, and he put the entire focus on investment-driven growth. Modi ji put his entire focus, instead of a consumption-driven growth, he put his entire focus on investment-driven growth. And the results of this cycle, as everybody said, it will take a lot of time, but the results have started getting visible now. In a world which is full of turbulence, we are a steady ship today. We are a steady ship today. If you look at any parameter, investment as a percentage of the GDP, the whole curve which was going down ever since that 2G, 3G, coal, all those things were happening in the country, and the banking sector got a big hit. From those different times, the country has come out, and we are going back up towards 30% as the structure of our economy, 30% as investment as part of our GDP. Bank credit growth is 14% in June, and as we see the latest numbers, it is almost now 17%. This is a very, very significant indicator of the investment cycle, the capex cycle which has started in the private sector. This is a great indicator. This is a leading indicator of that. Average capacity utilization, which was 60, 65%, is now moving towards 70, 75%. and many sectors it is moving towards 80%, 85%. Jobs, employment, if we simply look at the formal employment, the EPFO registrations, what used to be 5-6 lakh a month as the net number, new minus the people who leave plus the people who rejoin, right? So that net number in the 4 months of April, May, June and July, these 4 months itself is like net 61 lakh employment. So close to every month 14 to 15 or let's say average of 15-16 lakh new jobs getting added in the economy. So that's the sign of a stable ship, a ship which has, despite all the headwinds in the world, despite all the turbulence, here is an economy ably led by Prime Minister Modi ji in very stable way, very mature way, very absolutely a way which is going to create huge opportunities for all of us in this, sitting in this room and outside the room, and very clearly demonstrated by last 10 years, 8 years, from the 10th rank in GDP nominal terms, we are already at 5, and in the coming 6 to 7 years, we should be among the top 3. I'll stop at that and take your questions. I could have spoken about, we could have also discussed the digital personal data bill, and the good response that all of you have given, maybe there are no questions.
No, there are questions, there are questions. All right, I have a question for the audience, but they need to be honest, Mr. Vaishnaw. Honestly, how many people truly here have taken a train journey in the last 3 months? Okay, my question to you, Mr. Vaishnaw, is what will it take for 80%? How many of you have taken a flight in the last 3 months?
Everybody.
Okay, what will it take to reverse these numbers?
We shouldn't reverse that.
Okay.
We shouldn't reverse that. In a transportation economics framework, anything above 1,000 kilometers or anything above 800 kilometers should be preferred mode, should be flight.
Okay.
From 300 to 800 kilometers, preferred mode should be train.
All right.
And below that should be car. So we shouldn't look at 80, 20, 60, 70 time.
Okay, all right. All right, we have our first question, I'm told, from Nandita Sinha, CEO of Myntra. Nandita, can you just raise your hand? We'll get a mic. Yeah, there you are. Could I request you to stand up so the cameras can catch you?
I told the organizers they don't plant questions.
Mr. Vaishnaw, you can take a seat if you'd like, or you can stand if you'd like.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for taking us through this inspiring vision of what New India could look like and the progress that we are making on that front. What I wanted to ask you was that what would your advice be to the startup ecosystem on the role they could play to really accelerate this vision of New India and be a part of it?
Great question. We are probably among the only 2 or 3 economies which can give an opportunity to have billion population scale solution. There are hundreds of problems out there. Many problems may not have an immediate commercial or a revenue model or a business model, but those are the problems which are really making a big difference. So especially for those who have made your money, I'll request, put your mind today on problems which affect, as Honorable PM always tells us, the tribal woman in Jharkhand, the person living in Northeast, the person living in the remote areas of Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh. Think of those people and come up with solutions which will make a significant difference in their lives.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, our second question, thank you, Nandita. Second question is from Prashant Prakash. Prashant, yeah, can we?
Good evening, Mr. This is a policy question. Some of the provisions for cross-border data flow have been recently relaxed. So directionally wanted to understand what's the thought process here and are we seeing a shift?
So digital economy doesn't have a customs border, right? It doesn't have an airport at which you can stop people or a customs ship where you can stop your goods, right? It's an economy where things flow seamlessly. In this economy, and an economy where we are a very important player in the whole global digital landscape, we should try and take advantage of this strength that we have. We should not try and isolate ourselves. We should try and take advantage of the entire world's eyes are on us as a trusted partner. To be called as a trusted partner, we will also have to call others as our trusted partners. That's the thought process.
So directionally, we are seeing that there will be
Integration with
some
the world
integration flexibility.
in a very, very fair and transparent manner.
Thank you, Minister.